Your stories don't necessarily define you. They can help you. You can change them. It is possible to change them. So once you get to that point, it's important to recognize when they're no longer supporting you.
And so I think it is important that we be flexible. How we get there, there's a lot of paths to, greater flexibility, but I think it's a gift. And I think the people who aren't as flexible, they have a really hard time. They're really suffering because suffering comes from not coming to terms with reality. It comes from not accepting. This is a conversation I just had this weekend with a good friend, so I didn't just come up with this, but it actually, when you're in a changing world, change is hard. It's difficult to be in it and to be okay. So the best way for you to survive and be happy and be able to change with everything that's happening is to be flexible and to find some acceptance in what's happening so that you don't have to suffer it.
I'm a high-achieving woman. I am that woman that I now coach.
Yeah.
I was ignoring my intuition and signals from the universe. I was just hustling and grinding and getting to the office, and I had this hour-and-a-half commute. It was just so long because I wanted a professor position. I wanted to be at the university, and I wanted to be my ego was screaming, and my intuition was saying, no, don't do it. So I was on my way home from university one day, and I was hit head-on by a teenage driver, and he was just inexperienced and misjudged, and I had blunt force trauma and I had a head injury. So it stopped me in my tracks, and what saved me, as I was in that, I heard a voice from the back seat of my car, and that voice said, "Get out."
And this one particular morning, I was walking along the beach at a time when the sea mist was coming up from the ocean. There was cloud around Gooliga, which is a sacred mountain to the local Aboriginal people that I could see off to the west from the beach. The lighthouse was still lighting up in the northern aspect, and the sun started to rise. And I just jokingly said, okay guys, this is perfect, but it really would be completed by a pod of dolphins. And within moments, this pod of dolphins came swimming into the path of the rising sun, and I just thought, oh my God, call that whatever you like. It was just such a thrill. And so I walked with those dolphins as they swam south on the beach, and it moved me to the point of tears. So it's experiences like that where you're just caught up in the moment and something quite extraordinary happens that for me are what I would define as sacred experiences.
Yes, I sort of wonder as we look at these intersections of cultural knowledge and scientific knowledge, and to Mark's point, we've written off cultural knowledge and indigenous knowledge and historical knowledge as being nonsensical because we apply a rational mind to it. But if we apply an emotional mind, an allegorical mind, a metaphorical mind, then that intelligence, that information, that knowledge becomes far more profound. We are more than rational beings, and ironically spiritual language is metaphoric, allegorical, mythological, but it's still knowledge. It's still intelligence. It still has a sophistication to it. It still speaks to our experience. And we can't rationalise every human experience in zeros and ones. It's not possible. It's just simply not possible. The human experience is just as important, if not more important, than the rational world. Somehow we have to reconcile with that.
If anyone else was thinking about, stepping into a new trajectory, what kind of wisdom would you give them?
I thought about this. I have a great suggestion. It's going to sound silly. It's going to sound really silly, but truly volunteer anywhere you can. Take your Saturday and volunteer somewhere. I was finding ways to connect even when I was in the city. I rescue every wild animal that there was. And so there's ways that you can connect even if you're not ready to make a big move. Now you can see something else. You take another step. Like, I didn't know there was horse rescue. Who knew there was such a weird thing, right? And when we began this rescue, which was really just a journey of the heart, other people were having the same reaction. So things